In this video, I'm going to explain some of the board games that I attached as part of my Google Doc. These are games that I created inspired by Ronit Bird, who is a dyscalculia expert based out of the United Kingdom. She has a website. It's BIRD, Ronit, RONIT, Ronit Bird. She has games. Also, some of these are inspired by Christopher Wooden, who is an expert on dyscalculia, who's based out of the Landmark School in Massachusetts, which specializes in students with dyslexia, and then also this multi-sensory math course. So anyways, this first game is based on the Make-A game, which I talked about, where you roll dice, but this is the one I turned it into a board game. And essentially this is about basic numeracy and pattern recognition and getting students with this. So this would be appropriate for kindergarten or first grade. So what you do is you roll a traditional six-sided dice. Students take turns. They have two different colored counters that they would use. You're going to add the dots they have here to, in this case, make a 7. And you're going to put a counter on that space, or the student is, and they're going to try to get 3 in a row to win. So I will start with student, I'm say the student is red. I have 6, okay? 6 plus 1 makes 7. So I'll cover that one up. Right now it's the green student's turn. Okay, 3 plus 4 equals 7. All right, they got to find a 4 that they want to use right there. Okay, this one, 3 plus 4 equals 7. So I need another 4 for the red one. Again, trying to get 3 in a row. All right, this is back to green. 1 plus 6, trying to get 3 in a row. This one's 4. Okay, so I need a 4 plus 3. It's not going to be in a row. I'll try to put it here. So you go on. So this is in 6 and 1. This one not in a row yet. So we keep going until they get in a row, and that student wins. So that's Make-A, and then you could alternate it. I mean, you could make a copy of this and change it to Make-A 8, so on and so forth with the dots. On the back of this, I made a number search that I've used with students. About Make-A 10, and all they have to, it's good, it's just a warm-up game, so they would look for 2 things that would match. Okay, for this is Make-A 10 for this, so 5 and 5, 7 and 3, 10 and 0. I've reused this. You can also just make a copy of it and kind of remix it up as a warm-up exercise. 7 and 3. Let's see, 9 and 1. There's like tons of these in here, so you can keep going for a while with this, but it's a good warm-up and to practice just their combinations that make 10. And you could probably do it for any of them. You could probably alternate for Make-A 6. So those are those 2 games. This is Double It, or you can call it times 2. This is, you need a 10-sided dice for this, which I have quite a few in my classroom because we tend to use them quite a bit. And it's just like the other one, except for this one, we're going to get 4 in a row. And you're just going to double it and find the double on here and cover it up with a counter. So, all right. Oh, 0 doubled is 0. So we'll say it was green's turn, trying to get 4 in a row. You can also use your 1 cubes for this. But again, I have smaller things that they use on this sometimes. Okay. So 7 times 2, 14. All right. Next, green student's turn. 6 times 2 is 12. Do we have a 12 right around here? No, but we're going to put it there. And they'll get smart. They'll start blocking each other on this one. Or 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, so it goes back and forth. Again, very similar in terms of the concept, trying to get 4 in a row. And this one, obviously more advanced because we're not doing dot patterns. So this is good all the way up, until you get into your multiplications into 3rd grade or 4th grade, even if you want to review. On the back side of Double It is times 5. Same exact thing here. 10-sided dice. You're just going to multiply by 5. Right? So this one you go 2 times 5 is 10. So the person starts off this one. All right. 3 times 5 is 15. So maybe they want to get here, put here, and block them. All right, 3 times 5, 15 for green. Go this way. So very similar to the 2 times. This is just times 5. All right, so that's that game. We have 2 more briefly. This is Add 10. This is for my students, particularly who are working on their teen numbers, who are struggling with their teens. So they have a 10-sided dice. We say, look, we have 10. and we're going to be talking about adding on to 10. So 10 plus 4, 14, and then they need to practice saying that, of course, 14. And they'll say the operation. Okay, 10 plus 8 is 18. And this one, they put them down there. So this one, again, trying to get 4 in a row, but they're working on their team numbers. Go back to the red one. 5 plus 10 is 15. Where is a 15? Maybe we'll go to this 15. And you try to get 4 in a row. So all have, obviously, those last 3 are all very similar. The last one here is the same thing, basically, except in this one, instead of circling with the make a 10, you're going to be adding. So 4 plus 6 is going to be 10. So just getting them to really practice this. You know, obviously, maybe you want to play the one game this week. We're just going to focus on our 7s, so we're just going to focus on our 10s. So we're going to play this game at the end to really reinforce it. You could start with the dot patterns and then modify, make a 10 if you want to move up to using numerals. Do this, make a 7. So have it in this fashion, but then also have it in this fashion with the 10-sided dice to make a 7. So those are the games that I built, and I should have shared with you via the Google Drive.